Hello guys, welcome back to a new video today. Today I'm doing another quiz video. Haven't done a Sporcel quiz in a while. This quiz is can you name the NASCAR drivers to DNQ since 2000? And that's what this quiz will be on. And this is essentially every NASCAR DNQ since 2000. However, I should point out that I've played this quiz many times before, but I believe this quiz only goes up to about 2017. So anything after that probably won't be listed because I've tried typing in Daniel Suarez, who DNQ'd at the 2020 Daytona 500, and he did not come up. So I believe it goes up to only 2017. All right, with that out of the way, let's just start the quiz. All right, I know Carl Long has the most DNQs in the Cup Series. Then it's Kevin LePage. Nemechek's later down there. You can see him down there at 30. All right, Cope. Yep, Derek Cope. Todd Bodine. Well, it's going to be all three Bodines: Todd, Jeffrey, and Brett. Uh, who's at 59? Who's at 59 DNQ? Hermie Sadler? Well, Hermie Sadler's there. Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler right there. Brendan Gaughan, he's DNQ'd before. Shauna Robinson, I know she's DNQ'd. Robert Richardson Jr. Jerry Robertson, you probably have never heard of him before. Timmy Hill and Andy Hillenberg, I know he's DNQ'd before. Who else is... I'm having a brain fart right now. Tony Raines. Yeah, Tony Raines. Landon Castle's DNQ'd. Sam Hornish Jr. Travis Quapple. Larry Foyt. That's probably a name you have not heard of in a while. Bill Bigley Jr. Yeah, he never made a Cup race. Mike Garvey. Yep, Mike Garvey. 25 DNQs. I already put Josh Wise. He definitely DNQ'd. Greg Alding. Yeah, he's DNQ'd before. Right up there. No, Joey Colt. I'm surprised Joe Ruttman's never. Oh, Kirk Shelmerdine. Yeah, Kirk Shelmerdine, he's DNQ'd. Regan Smith has DNQ'd before, and we got R.K. Smith. And speaking of R.K. Smith, who drove for Dave Marcus, let's put Dave Marcus in here. Dick Trickle as well, he's DNQ'd. Andy Houston, who's now like Austin Dillon's spotter. Might be spotting for someone else now. Kyle Petty. Yep, Kyle Petty. Chad McCumbee. I knew about that one. Greg Biffle's actually DNQ'd before. JJ Yaley, I knew about that. Scott Riggs. Johnny Benson. Ken Schrader. Oops, I almost spelled him wrong. Yeah, Schrader's DNQ'd 13 times before. Kenny Wallace. Well, Mike Wallace as well. Michael Waltrip. He had a really big streak of DNQs in 2000. We also got Darrell in there. DNQ'd 6 times in his final season in 2000. Scott Wimmer. He has DNQ'd before. Mike Skinner. 28 DNQ'd. Dale Jarrett. Oh yeah, Dale Jarrett. I think he DNQ'd like 12 times, and I think all 12 of these were in 2007 alone. I think they were. Trevor Bayne. Well, he's all the way down here actually. Stenhouse. I remember he had that very surprising DNQ. Justin Allgaier. He had he DNQ'd that same race that Stenhouse DNQ'd in at Talladega 2014. Reed Sorensen. Michael Annett. Twice actually. Brian Scott. Once. Yeah, which was at 2015 Daytona 500. Jeb Burton. Well, Sward Burton and Jeb Burton. Jeb DNQ'd 9 times in his rookie season in 2015. That's how you know how bad he was when he was driving for BK Racing. I mean, Jeb is a decent driver, but it was obvious he got rushed. Like, hadn't even run a full year in Xfinity yet, and Jeb made it all the way up to Cup for BK Racing. Mostly just because every ride was taken, and he was like one of the last free agents available. Cole Witt, Brandon Witt, Corey LaJoie. Well, we got Randy LaJoie. I don't think Corey DNQ'd at this point. Ooh, Dave Blaney. Yep, Dave Blaney, John Andretti, rest in peace. 20 DNQs. Christian Fittipaldi. Yep, there was a Fittipaldi in NASCAR in like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, around that point. Todd Cleaver ended up going down as a really big NASCAR boss. Sterling Marlin, he had a 10 DNQs. David Stremme, 19 of them for him. Did Parker Kligerman ever DNQ'd? No, Parker Kligerman actually never DNQ'd at that point. DJ Kennington, I know he did DNQ only once. Johnny Sauter. Well, we got Tim Sauter and Jim Sauter as well. And I would not be surprised if Jay Sauter also. Jack Sprague. Sprague had only 3 DNQs. Green. Oh yeah, Jeff Green, Mark Green, and David Green. All 3 of the Green brothers have DNQ'd. The Bodines are already down. Dale Jarrett I already put down. Burton I already put down. Scott Speed. Yep, Scott Speed. Brian Vickers. I knew about AJ Allmendinger actually had a lot of DNQs. 24 of them, including like 15, I think. He might have even been more than that in 2007, 2006. Probably wants to forget those seasons. But yeah, he probably does. But yeah. Dylan. Ryan Truex, along with Martin Truex, has 1 DNQ. I believe that 1 DNQ was in a rain, was for rain. Casey Mears, 10. He's got 10 DNQs. Almirola has DNQ'd a few times before. Max Pappas, 14 times. Jeremy Mayfield. Okay, no. Ricky Rudd. Ricky Rudd has never DNQ'd before. Earnhardt. Well, this would be like Kerry Earnhardt. Yeah, Kerry Earnhardt. Obviously, Dale Jr. has never DNQ'd before. Harvick has not DNQ'd before. I remember that. He's never DNQ'd. Robbie Gordon. Yep, Robbie Gordon down here. He's DNQ'd. Trying to think of other people that I think have DNQ'd in Cup before. Oh yeah, David Gilliland. David Reagan, twice. He's missed the show. Cody Ware. He had a pretty obscure DNQ at Sonoma 2016 when he drove for Premium Motorsports. Alex Kennedy? No, he never DNQ'd. Although Alex Kennedy did make it in a lot on owner points, not actually on speed, into the race whenever he'd get rides. Blake Cook. Yeah, Blake Cook once only. I think it was at like Vegas 2014. Danica's never DNQ'd. I know that. Ron Fellows? Nope. Boris said? Okay, Boris said 12 times actually. Yeah, Boris has DNQ'd. Casey Atwood? Twice. Trying to think of who else. Jones? Yeah, PJ Jones and Buckshot Jones. Uh, Rick, yep, Rick Mast. Hutch Strickland. Frank Kimmel, he's DNQ'd a few times. No, Kenseth's never DNQ'd. Yeah, Matt Kenseth has never DNQ'd. Austin Cameron, you probably have never heard of that guy before. But I mean, he was a like West Series guy. He used to be a pretty prominent West Series guy. I remember a Cup actually used to have combination events with the West Series in like the early 90s, maybe late 80s, I can't remember. But I believe so. I already put Nemechek in. I feel like I should know who this is. And probably Stanton Barrett. Oh, Stanton Barrett. Well, 41 DNQs down there. I feel like I should know who had 59 DNQ. Oh, Morgan Shepard, that's right. Yeah, Morgan Shepard. Brett Rowe. Okay. Brett Rowe would start and park in Morgan second card in the Xfinity Series a few times. No, not Johnny Chapman. Now I'm kind of getting a bit lost. Yeah, who's this? supposed to be? I mean, it is somebody, of course, but Larry Gunzelman? No, Gunzelman would be over here, actually. I put Biffle, Bobby Hamilton? Well, Hamilton Jr., but Bobby Hamilton Sr., he never DNQ'd. Jerry Nadeau has surprisingly never DNQ'd. Hank Parker Jr. Well, I got Steve Park in there by accident. Yeah, Steve Park, I remember that. Uh, oh yeah, Mike Bliss. Yeah, it's Mike Bliss, I believe. Yep, Mike Bliss right there. Al Mirola, I've already mentioned. Terry Cook. He had a failed rookie campaign with Whitney Motorsports. Kevin Conway. Oh boy, that's Kevin Conway. That's a whole interesting story for another day in the future. Like, I could probably tell his story to a lot of people. Like, I mean, you could also just watch Slapshoes' video on fraudulent sponsors and all. Mike Harmon, two of them actually. Bill Lester, he's actually DNQ'd only once actually. Stewart, no, Tony Stewart never DNQ'd. I don't know why I just thought about Joey Logano has DNQ'd before. He has actually DNQ'd before. Labonte? Okay, Terry Labonte only once. Bobby Labonte I don't think has ever actually gone home. At least in the 21st century. I mean, I don't know if Bobby may be DNQ'd before that. It's possible. It's entirely possible. Oh, I'm just trying to think right now. I'm just trying to think. Chad Blount. It's somebody probably never heard of before. I believe that's a NASCAR bus video that Black Flags Matter did. Bernie Lamar, that's another one that Black Flags Matter did. Chad Chaffin. I don't believe there was ever a bus video on him, but I know he DNQ'd a lot. We actually almost got this first column here done. Derek Hope, I know the Jeff Fuller. Yep, Jeff Fuller. Jimmy Spencer. Yeah, Spencer did DNQ a bunch when he was with Arnold Motorsports, and I think he did a few times when he was with Jim Smith's team. Jason Leffler. Yeah, Jason Leffler, I know he unfortunately DNQ'd. Dwayne Leake, guys probably have also never heard of that name before. 4 DNQs for him. The late Blaze Alexander, unfortunately. 2 DNQs there. Blaze Alexander, he would have been a really great NASCAR driver had he not passed away in 2001. Like he really would have been up there, I believe. And I mean that's just what makes it even sadder. Like guys who I thought I mean I wasn't alive then, but I mean there's a lot of guys that I think would have just really shaped made a lot of that excuse me would have really been like really good out there had they made it and had they made it up to the Cup Series or stayed longer or didn't get rushed. Right, James Hilton. Yeah, only one DNQ, which was actually the 2007 Daytona 500. He almost made that race. James Hilton almost made that race. Mark Martin, he never DNQ'd. I don't know why that came to my mind. Eric McClure, unfortunately, he did pass last year. Few other people that I few other oh Michael McDowell. And there we go. That first column is actually done. I mean, we don't have much time left on the clock, but not much time left on the clock, but this would be a pretty good run though. If I can keep it up here, this would still be a really good run. Oh, Brad Kozlowski has DNQ'd before. Same with with his brother Brian Kozlowski. And speaking of that, Dennis Setzer has DNQ'd for driving for Brian before, and probably some other teams. Johnny Chapman ever? No, John. I don't think Johnny Chapman ever made any cup attempts. Yeah, Johnny Chapman never made any cup attempts, as far as I know. Randy Renfro, Mark Gibbs, no. Oh, Kevin Grubb. It's another pretty sad story. No, not Christian. Dan Pardis. Okay, Dan Pardis. Believe that was 2000 Daytona 500. He did not make. I may be wrong, but I believe that was the one that he did not make. No, not Billy. No, Billy Standridge. I think had retired by that point. Actually, let me try Billy Standridge. Okay, yeah, he had already. Ed Barrier, Rich Bickle. Oh yeah, Ricky Craven. He had a bunch of them when he was with PPI, and Joe Falk's team in 2000. I forget what that. Oh, Midwest Transport was what that team was called. I remember now. Oh yeah, Ted Musgrave. Yep, Ted Musgrave, 7 DNQs to his name. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think who else. Because I know there's been a lot of people who have DNQ'd before. No, Denny never. Well, there is an unrelated Hamlin named Kevin Hamlin, and there is an unrelated Hendrick named Kenny Hendrick that have DNQ'd before. So I guess they do count, or have DNQ'd before. Only got less than 4 minutes on the clock now. Got to go a little faster here. It's just that thinking about who else, it's getting hard. Joey McCarthy, this guy I don't think ever made a cup race. He made a lot of attempts in 2006. All right. Uh, I'm getting nervous just because I'm forgetting names. Oh, Shane Hamill. Only one DNQ. I thought he DNQ'd more than that. Kind of surprising. Montoya never DNQ'd. McMurray never DNQ'd. Brad, we already got into Austin Dillon, he never did. Larson never did. Newman, no. Oh, Busch. Oh yeah, Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch, they've actually DNQ'd before. Probably didn't know that until just now. Alex Bowman only once, but I do know he did miss the 500 one year. Yeah, I did know that. Hornish. Well, I already put Hornish down. Jimmy No. No, Jimmy Means retired in like 94. How could it be him? I mean, there are some guys. I mean, Jimmy, I think, did field a cup team a few times this century, but I'm not quite sure. But I believe it was like in a partnership with some guys who was last name Hamilton. Like Hamilton means they had like Mike Skinner, Brian Kozlowski, etc. Scott Speed, like those guys. Dave Blaney, I already put that down. Tony Raines, I already mentioned him. Joe Vard, he made like he attempted like a road course race for a team that Tony Raines did also drive for. Uh, there's no. There's like somebody from Mexico that attempted a few road races before. Oh, Hernandez? No. There was like somebody from Mexico that attempted a few that attempted a cup race or two and missed the show. Oh, Mark Goosen, did he miss? I'm just trying to think. I already put Walt Trip in. Yeah, at this point, I think I may as well just give up. But I want to maybe just run the clock. Yeah, at this point, it's just maybe getting too hard. It's getting it's getting too hard at this point. I may as well just I could just hit the give up button, but I'm not willing to. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. This is getting a bit nerve-wracking. Carl Edward? No, Carl Edwards never DNQ'd. At this point, 20 seconds. You know what? I'm just gonna give up. 63%. The average score is 53. Okay. Brandon Ash. He was a road ringer. David Rudiman, Greg Sachs, Ron Hornet. I should have known. I should have known those. Paul Menard. Yeah. Steve Grissom, Brian Semo, T.J. Bell, Stacy Comp, David Starr, Patrick Armstrong. I feel like a lot of these names I knew DNQ'd. I just forgot. Norm, Wayne Anderson, Dexter Bean, Wally Dallenbach, Brian McGlynn, Scott Pruitt. Okay. Jose Luis Ramirez was his name. Oh yeah, T.J. Matt Crafton. I know he did DNQ. Who's Michael Rich? I've never heard of that guy before. Rick Bogart, Scott Maxwell, Shane Lewis, Shelby Howard, Tanner Berryhill, Tim Andrews, Gary Bradbury, David Murray. I was gonna put Enfinger. I forgot about him. Jacques Villeneuve, Jeff Jefferson, Jim Englebright, Joe Bessie, Joey Gates, John Borneman, Justin Marks. Yeah, Jason Keller, Dale Quarterly, the Quarterman, Brett Moffitt, Anthony Lazaro, AJ Hendrickson, Trevor Boy, Steve Bertenga, Robert Presley. Should have known that one too. De Benedetto, I knew he's DNQ'd before. Ambrose, Hollenbeck, Lance Hooper, Johnny Miller, Hideo Fukuyama, Donnie Neuenberger. I was gonna put that one in. I thought I had put it in. I just forgot. Dario Franchitti, Clay Rogers, Chad Little, Brian Refner, Bill Baird, Tony Ave, Tom Hubert, John Wood, Eric Darnell, Brian Clausen, Bobby Gerhardt, Andy Lally, Ted Christopher, Stuart Kirby, Stan Boyd, Klaus Graf, Curtis Davis, Kelly Byers, Jeff Foltz, David Keith, Brent Sherman, Brad Teague, Andy Belmont, Wally Dallenbach. I believe I've actually named everybody that I missed. I think, did pretty good on this quiz. I mean, if you guys want to try this quiz as well, I'll leave it in the description. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for all watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, share my channel, become a sponsor for my channel for as little as $1 a month, and support me in any other way you can as well. Like I'm on other social media platforms. So see you guys in the next video or live stream, and have a great rest of your day.